What if the driver everyone wrote off as a road course specialist just led laps, beat playoff veterans to the line by 0.0201 seconds, and walked out of Nashville Superspeedway with a career-best oval finish, and still said he's not even close to his ceiling yet? Nashville Superspeedway, May 31, the Cracker Barrel 400, 300 laps. And from the very first lap, this race was not just a competition, it was a survival test. Denny Hamlin, starting from pole, received a drive-through penalty on lap 1 for jumping the start. The man who qualified fastest went from P1 to dead last in a matter of seconds. Then the carnage really started. Connors Zilisch on lap 71, right front brake rotor gone, straight into the wall. His Trackhouse Racing teammate Ross Chastain on lap 82, carbon copy failure. Same car, same team, same result. And sitting in the know, 97 Chevy, watching two of his own teammates get destroyed by the same mechanical failure. One driver came on the radio and said, "Well, now I'm worried about mine." His crew told him he had a different setup. Whether he trusted that answer, with two Trackhouse cars already sitting in the garage, is another question entirely. We are NASCAR Racing Central, closing in on 500 subscribers. And if this kind of real NASCAR breakdown is what you're here for, hit subscribe, drop a like, and share this video, because we are almost there, and every single one of you is making that happen. Back on track, AJ Allmendinger added another right front rotor failure on lap 173, slamming the turn 1 wall. 3 Trackhouse cars entered this race. 2 were destroyed by identical brake failures. Only 1 was left standing, and that one driver had been quietly doing something that nobody in that garage predicted. That driver was Shane Van Gisbergen, SVG. The man who built his career winning championships in supercars, collecting titles in GT racing, and dominating road courses. When he arrived in NASCAR Cup Series competition full-time, the verdict from critics was immediate and firm. He would never crack ovals. His best oval result coming into this weekend was a 10th place finish at Kansas in September 2025. That was supposedly the ceiling. At Charlotte the week before Nashville, SVG averaged a running position of 7.81, ranked 7th on speed, and 6th on driver rating on defense, and finished 11th because of a pit road mistake. The data said he deserved significantly better. The result did not reflect it. His teammate Ross Chastain, a driver with extensive oval experience, had already taken notice of what SVG was becoming. Chastain said, "He's just learned. He's a racer and puts the tire to the limit, and he's finding that limit." That quote, from a driver with 5 oval wins to his name, describing a man who barely competed on ovals 2 years ago, deserves to stop you in your tracks. Nashville started with SVG from P10. The competition caution on lap 35 is where crew chief Stephen Doran made the call that changed everything. 2 tires, while the majority of the field took 4. SVG cycled to the lead. He restarted alongside Joey Logano and held his position. Then came Kyle Larson, one of the most accomplished oval racers in the sport, and the two of them ran side by side for multiple laps. Larson eventually forced SVG up the track on lap 54. SVG did not surrender, he side-drafted back. He took the lead back. He led 12 laps total on a track where critics spent 2 years saying he did not belong. SVG himself described that stretch on the radio. "It was fun. I was surprised how much of a groove we had with 2 tires. I took the lead back at one point. It was really fun." 6 cautions in a 69-lap stretch shuffled him through various positions, and strategy cycles cost him stage points, but in stage 3, with fresh 2 tires on the final restart, SVG lined up P5. The final 4 laps delivered one of the most visually striking moments of the 2025 season. 3 Toyotas, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, and Carson Briscoe, went 3 wide battling for the race win at a track Toyota had never won at. The manufacturer that had been described as declining was now running 1-2-3 on the final lap. And directly behind them, SVG, Tyler Reddick, and Chase Elliott were locked in their own 3-wide battle for P5. Shane Van Gisbergen beat Tyler Reddick by 0.001 seconds. He beat Chase Elliott by 0.005 seconds. Career best oval finish. First Cup Series oval top 5 in his career. Reddick, the Cup Series points leader, finished behind a driver who, 2 years ago, had never raced a full oval schedule. Then, moments after the checkered flag, Elliott and Reddick made contact. Reddick's no. 45 went hard into the outside wall. The points leader walked away, but it was a hard, dangerous hit. Now here is where this story stops being just a performance recap and becomes something more uncomfortable. 2 of SVG's Trackhouse teammates suffered identical brake rotor failures. SVG survived because he had, according to his crew, a different setup. Who made that decision? Why were Zilish and Chastain running a setup that destroyed their rotors while SVG's held? Is Trackhouse Racing making resource decisions that favor their playoff contending driver at the expense of their others? Nobody in the mainstream NASCAR media is asking that question directly. Then there is the Toyota picture. 3 Toyotas ran 1-2-3 on the final lap at a track the manufacturer had never won. The same weekend, multiple Chevrolet cars were eliminated by mechanical failures. The manufacturer the paddock had been describing as declining is now the one putting 3 cars in position to win on an intermediate oval. That pattern is worth watching. And then there is the narrative problem that SVG's performance creates for NASCAR itself. For 2 years, the story told about Shane Van Gisbergen was consistent. Road course specialist, oval liability, entertainment value limited to specific weekends. Now he is leading laps at Nashville, holding off Kyle Larson, beating playoff veterans to the line by fractions of a second, and sitting P12 in the championship standings, 44 points above the playoff cut line, having moved up 2 positions after this result. 2 road courses are next on the schedule, San Diego and Sonoma. His conditions, his territory. But what SVG said after Nashville is the part that should concern every other driver in that garage. His exact words, "Michigan is a frigging fast track. Hopefully we keep showing improvement and momentum." He is not looking at road courses. He is looking at Michigan. He is not satisfied with a career-best oval result. He is already analyzing the next oval on the schedule. SVG ranked among the best cars on long-run speed again at Nashville. He still describes himself as learning these tracks. A driver who finished in the top 5 on an oval for the first time in his Cup career is already focused on where he improves next. If you've followed NASCAR Racing Central through every breakdown, every controversial finish, and every data-backed story this season, you already know what that means for the rest of 2025. Drop a comment below. Do you think SVG can crack a top 10 in the championship by Homestead? And is Trackhouse Racing prioritizing him over their other drivers? Tell us where you stand. Share this video with any NASCAR fans who still thinks SVG is just a road course guy, because Nashville just made that argument impossible to hold. If you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns like this, you'll like what's coming next.